The incident, which occurred last weekend, prompted the intervention of the Chief Minister, who called for an investigation into the failure of systems at the frontier. 2 Borders and Coast Guard officers and 2 Customs officers were suspended, with the Chief Secretary confirming that an internal investigation was underway. Although welcoming the news that the suspensions have now been lifted, the GGCA union highlighted the absence of a written policy or protocol to deny entry to Spanish vehicles with orange beacons, such as those driven by the ambulance and support vehicle. It says, for example, the Spanish Postal Service van crosses the land frontier into Gibraltar every week, albeit without an orange beacon. A statement from the union says officers from the Customs Department raised concerns as they felt threatened by the draconian manner by which their colleagues were suspended over an act for which there is no written policy, guidelines or directive. The GGCA calls on the Collector of Customs to produce a written departmental policy to avoid any repetition. For its part, Unite the Union welcomed the findings of the investigation and consequent lifting of the interdiction of its 2 Borders and Coast Guard members. Unite convener Kaylin Lucas said documents belonging to the 4 Proteccion Civil volunteers were checked and were found to be in order as per normal procedures. The union said vehicles with orange beacons pass through the border on a daily basis, adding also that there must now be clear policies and guidelines on how to proceed in these cases. However, the government points out that it is not merely a matter of the beacons on the vehicle's roof. Number 6 said there were several other issues which should have raised concerns on the part of Gibraltar's officials at the border. That being the case, it said the relevant written policies are now being reviewed and a finding will be published for public information.